Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter. And I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily Bitcoin and Chainlink analysis video. I have here with me Krisha, the fabulous, the gorgeous Krisha. Krisha, say hi.
What is up, you guys?
And we have Bitcoin as well, dumping all the way back down to 9,350. In fact, some exchanges, 8,600. Krisha, what are your thoughts on that? Is this the end of the bull market? Are we going back down to 6,000? Are we going back down to 3,000? Hell, are we going all the way down to 1,000? Perhaps $1 like Jojo wants? What is the verdict, Krisha? You tell us so we can end the video right here, right now.
No, we are not.
All right.
We're going up.
That's it then. We're going to end the video right here, right now. Not much more to be said. Everything Krisha says tends to be coming true recently. Ever since her call where she said Chainlink is going to dump from $5 or it was like $4.50 at the time, she's like, oh yeah guys, this is coming down to $2 so nonchalantly. And the next day, bam, $2. Wow, breaking hearts, Krisha, but getting the call right, getting a lot of calls right recently. You're the touch of gold, the touch of gold.
Hey, don't jinx it. Don't jinx it now, okay? It's been going so well. It's a smooth ride so far. But we're going to try and, just touch wood, touch wood.
Touch wood indeed. All right, so here we are, Bitcoin dumping back down, getting down to 9,000. Actually got down to 9,150-ish on Bitstamp. I believe 8,600 on BitMEX. We'll go ahead and take a look at that chart as well. That was actually pretty important, so we'll go ahead and look at that. But hey, I do want to give a quick shout out to all the haters who PM me after our last video, Krisha, that said, Sean, you got it wrong. Your forecast was so wrong. And I think they were referring to I know they were referring to the fact that I said, hey, we could very well come back down over here based on the monthly time frame, right? Monthly time frame, Krisha, we were discussing, and retest those monthly levels before having continuation on over to the upside. And just because we saw an initial upthrust, right, everybody got their panties in a bunch and they were thinking, oh my god, he got it wrong, man, he got it wrong. And you know what, firstly, I am gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna get it wrong often, in fact. So just don't bother ever listening to me if you are coming to this channel to only hear calls that will go right every single time. No, that's not how trading works, by the way. And secondly, when I'm giving you guys a forecast based on the monthly time frame, you may want to wait at least a couple of days to see things through. Maybe, just maybe. But yeah, so the key level, Krisha, that we've been harping on for like what, a month now, right? A month was 9,350. We wanted the previous month. Krisha, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to the monthly quickly, just so you're on the same page with me. We wanted the previous month to close over 9,350, right? And we did that. Is it a surprise that this new month starts off by retesting it? No, not really. Not really at all. Okay, so 9,350 coming and retesting that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the Mango ribbon. I do think that the 10K is coming at 8,531. The 10 SMA at around 8,400. So BitMEX pretty much tested the monthly 10K one more time. So that's pretty noteworthy. Let's go ahead and turn on the weekly time frame now, and 8,360 is the 21 EMA. The Kijun 8,800. So if you were trading BitMEX, in my opinion, just like we discussed in the previous video we did on Bitcoin together, Krisha, what did we say? We said any drawdown, okay, any pullback is going to be an opportunity. And Krisha, I'm going to switch back on over to the daily now, daily time frame, and that's essentially what I did. When it came down to that 9,350 region, I did not hesitate. It was an opportunity. I longed that opportunity and actually longed it pretty hard. Now, I want to make very, very certain that none of you use this as a call opportunity, because I could very, very well be wrong about this one, and hey, I may lose out on this trade, right? So I have my risk management in place, and I am ready to lose. I am willing to lose, and this is just my trade, guys. Please do not use it as a call. I will be discussing the bear side of things over here as well as the bull side. Krisha, what are your thoughts?
Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah, apologies. Yeah,
Sean's like super quick with his thoughts. Well, the first thing that really kind of that I really sort of caught on to was how people are actually using like your analysis. You're basing your analysis off those macro timeframes, and people really they take that analysis and they boil it down to like the 1 hour time frame and the
Yes.
4 hour time frame.
Oh
And
man.
they call those high time frames. Guys, those are not higher time frames. Okay, for price action to pan out, for price action to really unravel, it needs time. Okay, these things
Exactly.
don't play out. And another thing that you said, Sean, I actually didn't notice this, but yes, this test that we've that Bitcoin actually came down to, we tested at 9,350 region,
Yes.
and it totally I totally forgot that was a major monthly level, right? That we
Yep.
just broke.
Yep.
So good catch there. Now I know that you longed it. I bought some spot there. But I mean, like you mentioned, this is a monthly level. We've just come back down to test it. Okay, nothing crazy has happened. I still think that this is a bullish picture overall.
Yep, I agree too. And this is one of the situations where patience really pays off, right? Because so one of the reasons people were and I'm trying to put two and two together based on pieces of information that I'm gathering from the community when they come and PM me, whether they're upset or sometimes they're happy. And it seems like, Kushana, last video, remember how I said, you know what, guys, we're sitting against a major level over here at 9,600, 9,750-ish. We were discussing that 9,650 key level, and I said how I am going to be hedging some of my position over there. So what I think happened was that people listened to that and followed that too, and they ended up hedging their positions, right? So the next morning when Bitcoin pumped, they got upset, right? I think that may be what caused people to just go like, oh my god, he got it wrong. But guys, the point of the channel is not to follow what I am doing. You guys are never going to learn, and I will get it wrong. And keep in mind, even if, right, I am saying something like that, please understand the context within which I am talking about the 9,350 level, and the context or the time frame that I am taking my trades off of right now, and it is not the daily, right? I'm looking at the 2-day and above, and we're going to switch on over to the 2-day very quickly. And I do want to point out that the patience that you should have had based on the 2-day and the monthly, if you are you guys can't have both ways. You guys can't follow my calls and take those calls on the 1 hour, 4 hour, or even the daily time frame when I'm playing those calls. Okay, these aren't calls to begin with. When I'm playing all of these time frames on the 2-day and above, it just does not make sense, right? You guys kind of want to have your cake and eat it too. Doesn't make sense. So firstly, I do want to say that if we switch on over to the 2-day time frame, Kusha, you'll see that the 2-day never closed above 10,000. It wicked above, right? We had a good close, right? The fact that we closed higher on a candle closing basis, this 2-day candle on the 1st of June closed higher than the previous 2-day candle, which is good. We also held the 2-day 10 SMA both times, okay? Both times. So that is not a bad sign at all. We've put in a higher high. However, this candle over here, it is suspect, right? It is suspect. It is showing it showed the bears have some sell pressure on their hands. But hey, if you do see continuation onward and upward from here, I'll be looking for this to go all the way back to that 10,500 region. Okay, so on the 2-day time frame, which is what we've been playing thus far, we've held the 2-day 21 EMA, we've held the 2-day 200 moving average, held the 2-day 10 SMA as well, and the 2-day 10 kin. We're literally holding all key levels that we are playing off. So if you take out the price action that happened that day, right, which was pretty much yesterday, nothing has changed. Nothing much has really changed, other than the fact that we have a new high to play with. Okay, so you can actually draw this as a symmetrical triangle once more on the 2-day time frame. That being said, Krisha, I want to talk about that symmetrical triangle on the daily time frame, and I want to spend some time on this because this, in a way, has a bearish and a bullish picture all packed in one. And the bullish picture is the fact that, the bearish picture is the fact that, the symmetrical triangle on the day time frame broke to the upside. What I want you to do, Kusha, is use the highs or the candle closes. Let's use the candle closes all the way from May 7th, okay? Then the highs, the wicks rather, on 18th of May-ish, somewhere around there, and use the candle close or the wick on the 30th of May, right? It's going to be the same thing. You're going to notice that the candle of the 1st of the month, the 1st of June, the first day of the month, pretty much got nullified the next day completely.
Yep.
Completely. And now we're using that same diagonal line as resistance right over there. Okay. So that is almost like a sign of things to come if that is a fake out, right? Because a fake break to the upside, we pretty much had volume that it did seem like volume on the lower time frames, but look at the volume that came in on the next candle, the bearish candle. There's far more volume on the sell-off than on the actual break to the upside. So we had a fake break and a break back inside the triangle. Now, when a situation like this tends to happen, you do kind of want to be safe, okay? And if I was playing this on the daily time frame, I would definitely be looking to at least de-risk some of my position. But because my entire system right now has me playing on the higher time frames, the 2-day, the 4-day, and the weekly, I am staying put. In fact, I've added to my position. I have even a bigger position now than I even had initially. And I'm pretty happy with that. If I lose on this trade, I will take the loss. I have my risk management in place. And yeah, but for now, the 2-day is what I'm playing with, so I'm sticking with this. However, if I was playing this on the daily, I'd be a little bit hesitant over here. That being said, the bullish picture of this is, hey, we've closed over the 2-day 21, the daily 21 EMA, the daily 10 SMA, the daily 10 as well. And on BitMEX, if you switch on over to your BitMEX very quick, and you're going to see that, where is my BitMEX? Do I have mine over here? This is the dollar index, XBT, USD. Okay. You're going to see that we came and took out the wick of the 25th of May, right? Yes. Took out the stops right underneath over there, right? And pumped all the way back. That wick, when I look at the BitMEX chart, I get bullish on the daily time frame. This wick completely changes the picture compared to other exchanges. Don't get me wrong, the other exchanges are still looking pretty bullish because, hey, we actually closed over all levels, right? Closed over Tenkin, daily 10 SMA, daily 21 EMA, looking really, really good. And today's candle closes, let's see how it closes. Let's see how it's going to be decisive as to what happens or what is likely to happen in the days to come. But on BitMEX, it looks even stronger because this looks like a bullwhip. The fact that it was bought up, an opportunity at the 8,600 level was looked at as an opportunity, just like we had predicted. And hey, strong buy pressure coming in at that. And if you do look at the percent of the candle that was bought back up, you can see that we went down 16% and we bought back. So essentially more than half of the candle was bought back. So that's bullish to me.
Yeah, I think this is a bullish picture overall, also because, like, you know, we have not lost any of the major levels that we were looking at. Okay, from our last video, we were looking at that 2-day 10 simple moving average, which we maintained. We are still maintaining that 2-day 10 simple, as well as that daily 10 simple. Are we still living where price is still living over the daily 10 simple moving average?
Yep.
Right. And I feel like the first tell on, you know, whether or not there was going to be FRE on this chart was actually the volume that came in on the break.
Yep, I agree.
That was the first tell. And this is what I actually brought up in that last video. I'm like, right now, I mean, because there are so many eyes on this pattern, because everyone is anticipating a break, there is likely to be FRE on the break.
Yep.
Okay. And it's so classic of Bitcoin to do this. I mean, this is such a classic play where, you know, you get taken up. All right, so it takes in all those guys, you know, have their breakout buys at the breakout of the triangle. Okay, gets everyone in, everyone gets bullish, and then boom, you dump right back in.
Yep.
Right, and that's exactly what we have here now. But look at what happened on MEX. MEX was a good sign that, look, this came all the way down to 8,500. Right, it was 8,500. What was the price that it came down?
8,590-ish.
8,590. That freaking wick was a good 10% wick to the upside.
Yep, that's bullish.
10% wick to the upside, but really I feel like what prompted that crazy candle on MEX, I believe. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you would have more experience with this, Sean. But I think what sort of prompted that was, I mean, liquidations, right?
Yep.
And people who were over-levered.
Yeah.
Right. And they had those stops like super, super tightly packed that had a cascading effect. But what is important to note on that candle was that buyback.
Exactly.
That buyback was freaking bullish. The fact that we closed over all the key
levels.
All the key levels, okay, as well as that 2-day 10 SMA and everything. this is a bullish picture so far. And it is still bullish. Until we lose that 2-day 10 simple moving average, I don't think this picture changes that much. I'm still leaning bullish.
Yep. I do want to be a little bit fair though and say that we did lose one of the key levels that we were discussing in the previous video. Krisha, if you do remember, we were talking about that key 9,600 level, right? I'm going to go ahead and clear everything out. And we were discussing in the seed chat while this was happening was that, hey, if we close about 9,350, it's going to be a good sign. For a great sign, however, we'd be looking for a close about 9,650 as well. We did not get that. However, it does give us more credence, right, to the levels importance that we were discussing in that video, right? Because again, as you can see, we close underneath it and we're using it as resistance today. 9,650 is going to be really key. It'll be interesting to see if we actually close above that today. When is the next 2-day candle closing? Okay, a day and 10 hours. So this is a brand new 2-day candle.
Yeah, this is a brand new, exactly. And that's what made this so important. That's what made this last candle close so freaking important. The fact that we had that major dump only to come back and close over the 2-day 10 simple moving average.
Yeah.
You know, so I think this is a bullish picture. I think that was, you know, that last effery wick before they take it up.
To be honest, I do believe that we may actually have some more sideways over here. Just looking at the 2-day picture over here, the fact that we had this wick towards both sides, a candle that has long wicks towards both sides. Usually when I see something like this within a consolidation, it kind of signifies indecision by the market, and that, hey, the market kind of wants to go sideways for a little bit more before it eventually does go up. So I do agree with you that we do go up. I am long after all, but I'm kind of bracing myself for some sideways action. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want to be mentally prepared to take advantage of any altcoin opportunities, right? Because if I'm expecting Bitcoin to be bullish, I am automatically less open to be taking altcoin opportunities. So I'm mentally preparing myself for that possibility for sideways, because if I prepare myself for sideways opportunity, it's not like I'm getting out of trade. As a trend trader, you need to know when to just sit tight, because it could break up right now. You can't time these kind of things. But I want to be open to, hey, you know, maybe I want to look at some altcoin opportunities, and some of them have been really juicy, got some great wins so far. So leaving myself open for those opportunities.
Yeah, I think you're right there, because I think the one thing that will propel all alts to the upside, you know, have those altcoins actually have further continuation to the upside. A lot of them have already been running, right? I think it's going to be Bitcoin going sideways right now. And if you really have to kind of assess the range that Bitcoin is currently in, it's actually a very narrow range.
It is.
Okay, it's going all the way up from this 9,600 region, going all the way down to, well, basically that 2-day 10 simple moving average. And also the next major weekly support, Sean, is actually sitting at 9,350.
There you go.
Okay, so I think it's in that very tight $300 range.
Yep. So Bitcoin,
sure, we can have wicks, you know, on either side, but the candle bodies seem to be like really tightly packed here.
And this is one of the reasons why I am so comfortable in this position, because it's going to be really easy to know when I'm wrong about this one, right? A close underneath 9,350, we lose a 2-day 10 SMA. I'm just going to be getting out of my position. I do want to be very clear on this though, guys. Like, I won't only be getting out of the position that I got in at 9,350, but also the position that I got in on 8,600 on the 2-day 21 EMA test over here, all the way back on the 26th of May, right? 26th, 24th May, these 2-day candles over here. So I'll be getting out of my entire trend trade position if we do lose this, and then I'll be looking to reposition. Now again, please do not follow anything as I say, like, and do it to the T. You guys will very rarely be taking the same trade as I am, because I'm always going to have my plans may change, and I'm also trading with options, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, Krisha, you were mentioning the importance of the 2-day 10 SMA, right?
Yes.
I do want to talk about another high time frame that is very important to me, and we don't pull it up here too often in Mango, but people who have been watching Mango for a while know how important this time frame is to us. It's the 4-day time frame, and the 4-day 10 SMA. Krisha, turn off all your indicators except for the 10 simple moving average on your Mango ribbon.
Funny you say that because as soon as I panned on over to the 4-day, I actually just had the 10 simple moving average just there.
Just okay, perfect. Then you're gonna see that ever since it's been almost 2 months now, right? The 2nd of April, ever since we retook the 4-day 10 SMA after the big coronavirus dump, we've just held it. I've not lost it, using it as support the entire time. So that's another way that we can guide whether this trend wants to end. And guess where the 4-day 10 SMA is coming in at, Kusha?
The same damn thing, 9,000.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's and if this candle closes underneath 9,300 on the 2-day time frame that we just discussed, well, the 4-day is closing in conjunction with that too. So it's gonna be a really easy exit, right? Now, could it be a fake out? Maybe, but doesn't matter. You follow your rules and get out anyways. I do also want to quickly highlight again for everybody who was following me all the way from our big trend trade at 3,800 all the way to the upside. If you guys do remember what happened at around the 8,000 region, I got faked out, right? I said, hey guys, I'm going to switch back on to the daily right over there. Said, hey guys, if Bitcoin does X, I'm going to be exiting my trade because I'm going to be invalidated. And Bitcoin did do X, but we also discussed the possibility of me being wrong about being wrong. And as soon as a few things happened, and essentially it was basically we us retaking the daily 21 EMA, the daily 10 SMA, as well as one more other thing that no point bringing up right now. As soon as we did that, I was like, okay guys, clearly got faked out. I was wrong about being wrong, and get back into your position. And that's fine. The reason I'm talking about this right now is because I really want to emphasize the notion of being okay getting faked out and getting back into your trade later. You have to, because guys, if I got stubborn over here and just dumped all the way to the downside, I would have not only lost all my profits, but who knows, maybe I would have like gone into losses, because I would have definitely gone into losses actually, because it's adding to my position, right, on each major consolidation. So you don't want that happening to you, turning a good trade into a bad trade. Get out of the trade, re-enter if you have to, and be okay getting faked out. Be okay taking losses, right? Also, another notion of wanting to turn your loss into break even often ends up with you turning your loss, a small loss, into a big loss. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. Please don't do that over here at the Mango community, guys. Be better than the rest of the traders. Do the Mango way, do the stress-free way. Be okay taking losses. Thoughts, Kusha?
No, I agree with everything you're saying. I think, yeah, this pretty much kind of paints the picture for Bitcoin. I really don't have anything else to say about this chart, right, Sean? Because, I mean, we're still holding the levels that we have been looking at.
Well, one quick thing before we end the video. The 12-hour time frame, turn on the Mango ribbon. Again, very bullish picture, Krisha. Came, if you looking at BitMEX, we wicked all the way down past the Kijun, but if you look at other exchanges, just like if you're trading Debit and Bitstamp, for example, we tested the Kijun almost perfectly, bounced above it, closed over the 12-hour 21, 12-hour Tenkin, and now we're testing the 12-hour 10 SMA. Taking out the 12-hour 10 SMA is going to be very key to me. And what do you know, Kusha, it lines up with that 9,650, 9,700 region. Yeah. So if we do take out that region, I do think we're going to get back to at least to the 10,100, 10,200 region. So that's going to be something to look out for. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mango ribbon again. Sorry, the Mango vine again. The Mango vine, by the way, giving yet another really good. If you bought 9,300 already, you're sitting in a $350 profit, $300 profit. The last trade that we took off the Mango vine gave us $1,000. How much was that? More than $1,000. Sorry, $2,000, almost $2,000, right? So, man, the vine has been, again, it doesn't cease to even surprise me. Like I keep cautioning you guys, like we've gotten already so the first trade you took, Krisha, at around 7,600, that's the one I missed. That was a massive, almost a $2,500 win. And after that, we got the trade at around 8,000. I didn't get it at 8,000. I took it at 8,450-ish, 8,550-ish, and that was still 1,300, right? And now giving us another $1,800 move. So this thing is, if you guys are, if you guys do have access to it, don't make the same mistake that I did throughout the consolidation of right over here between 13k and 9k. The entire time I created the indicator, and I was the one who used it the least in the Mango Seed community, and everybody was making fun of me until I became a believer around this region. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, we tend to do this, right? We have an edge, we have a really, really strong edge, but we don't use our edge. Why don't we use our edge? Because our feelings come in the way. That's what a lot of times you guys are going to be like, Sean, if you feel like we're going to dump, why are you putting on the trade? Why are you going long? Well, it's because of exactly this. My feelings will never match up to my edge, right? Or your edge, for that matter. Your edge has been back tested, and the emotion is removed from the situation when you're playing only your edge, right? I don't trust my emotions. If you start trading your emotions, you are going to likely get wiped out in the long run. In time, as you become more and more experienced, you can start adding more discretionary pieces of trading execution into your system. But in the beginning, as you're still getting new, as you're beginning to turn into a consistent, profitable trader, it is important to stick to a system, stick to your edge, and not go against it. So even over here, right, when I was like, guys, I'm longing here, I'm going to do it anyways, I'm likely going to get wrecked. What do you know? We got a freaking $2,000 win, right? And I've been rewarded for not trading my emotions and trading my edge. And that's what I'm trying to get into your heads over here, guys, that whatever you're feeling is likely wrong. Whatever I'm feeling is likely wrong, right? Don't follow your feelings, follow your edge. And if I'm seeing a few people who have been PMing me saying, Sean, I should have just followed the wine. Sean, I should have followed the wine. And they've said that to me like a few times now. And I remember going through the same thing, man. I should just follow the wine. I should have just followed the wine. So yeah, play your edge, guys. Whatever it is, right? Could be something as simple as the freaking 21 EMA. Just play your edge.
Your edge is your system, and your system is quantified. It is back tested. It is the one thing that will keep you safe, irrespective of what emotion you feel. To hell with the emotion, okay? Yep. Play the edge, play the system.
And I want to highlight what we mean by edge, right? People think that edge means you are going to be right, that you are smarter than market every single time. Your edge means that in the long run, you're going to have an edge on the market. So for example, let's say you're taking 10 trades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't mean that you need to win every single one of these trades. No, you're going to have wrong trades. But your edge requires you to take every single trade. Your edge requires you to take all 10 of those trades for you to come out ahead. Because if you miss even one of those trades, it could be the one that actually puts your P&L in the green as opposed to being in the red, right? So you have to take those losing trades because you don't know which one is going to be the big win. Right? You have no idea. Okay. So again, any concluding thoughts, Krisha? Oh no, we should cover Link quickly.
Yeah. So I was just actually gonna go to that.
So we were looking at this ascending triangle. We broke to the upside, and just not much to be said after this, right? We've been eyeing this for a few days now. This has confirmed now. We've closed 2 one-day candles above this ascending triangle. What's the measured move?
Yeah. Let me do that for you. The measured move of this triangle, it will take Chainlink USD all the way up to, drumroll please, ding 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 ding.
Is it the highs?
521. Yes.
Ooh, almost the highs. There you go. So guys, the 521. Wow. So guys, the fact that I was able to predict that, it's not because I'm some genius or anything like that. It's because that's how beautiful Chainlink is. Okay, it kind of just all syncs up. It all syncs up. What do you know? This symmetrical this ascending triangle over here happens to line up with the candle closes of the previous highs, and that's why I love trading Chainlink. I just love it. It's just easy to trade. You know when to take your profits. You know when to hedge your risks. It's just easy, and I love it. Krisha, I have an alert right over here at around 47,000 Satoshi. We've wicked onto that level 3 times now. I think if Chainlink even wicks above that level, okay, if we even have a single tick above that level, I think we're going to make our way all the way up to at least around 50,000 Satoshi next. So
yeah, easily.
I think I'm going to mark
50,000,
that.
48, going all the way up to 50. I think that's going to be the next region to be contested. And one thing I want to note here is that, okay, so we have this ascending triangle, right?
Yep.
And well, notice what happened here. Okay, now we had that the last candle on around June 1st. Okay, we had that beautiful break to the upside. Like, that was a bullish freaking candle,
Yep.
only to dump right closer towards the end of that candle back into the ascending triangle. And I don't know about you, but it's very reminiscent of what Bitcoin just did, right? I mean, we broke out
That's
only
so
to come
true.
back into the triangle.
I did
okay,
not
and
think
then
of
what
that.
and what do you have here? Okay, so we came back into the triangle, and now we've broken back to the upside.
So is Link leading?
I mean,
it does make sense though. Link has been like leading Bitcoin for the most part for this entire rally. Link has been making a major move, and then Bitcoin is pretty much catching up to the rest of the altcoins, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I could have to look into that a little bit more, but it just kind of feels that way.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just you know, it's a good picture. It's a good way to show people that while price can do things like this, it's about price holding those key levels at the end of the day. Right? We can have these major dumps, but even Chainlink, if you look at that crazy bearish candle on Chainlink, I believe we maintained that 21 EMA as well as the 10 simple moving average there, Sean, on the daily.
And
okay, so we had that, and then we had the move to the upside, and this is what I'm talking about. These are the things that you know, that is important at the end of the day. Price maintaining those levels.
Yep. And it's another good example of how you could look at the lower time frames, like the 4 hour, and everything just looks ugly, right? It looks like we broke back into the triangle, and we did, and then we broke back up, which we did. But when you look at the higher time frame, in this case the daily, well, it just looks so clean, right? Now we have to take into consideration that Chainlink is not as mature of a chart as Bitcoin. There's way more price history on Bitcoin. So by that logic, you are to look at the higher time frames of Bitcoin, right? Relatively higher. So if you're looking at the daily on Chainlink, you have to look at the 2-day or higher on Bitcoin. And when you look at the 2-day on Bitcoin, just quickly, I'm going to pan on over to that for them. You're going to see that, hey, yes, we wicked up to the upside, just like Chainlink, right? Close back inside the triangle. But hey, there's time now for this to actually close back up again above the triangle, just like Chainlink BTC did. So hey, let's see if that actually pans out that way. That'd be so interesting. So interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Chainlink BTC. Anything else, Krisha?
No, I mean, that's it. I think this is the chart that's sort of really painting the picture, because at the end of the day, when you're playing these crypto, you know, the altcoins pretty much, you want to make sure that, you know, your altcoin is going to outperform Bitcoin.
Yep.
Right? And this is the chart that paints that picture. Right. When you're looking at those altcoin BTC pairings, okay, I do believe that this is the chart that will paint the picture, tell you which is going to be the stronger asset to hold.
Yeah, and we talked about our targets all the way to the upside. First target around 49,000, 50,000 Satoshi. Second target around 52,000 to 53,000 Satoshi. To the downside, I do want to say that, hey, if we lose the 21 EMA, lose the 10 SMA and the 10 kin on the daily time frame, this entire cluster, you're lining up with the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. I do think that our first target is likely going to be right over here at around 38,000 Satoshi. And after that, likely going to come and test these lows over here, along with these wicks and these candle closes right over here at around 36,000 Satoshi. And if we do lose that after that, I do think we're going to see a far more aggressive dump all the way down to the daily 200 moving average around 30,000 Satoshi. That's likely going to line up with a massive break of this huge rising wedge on the weekly time frame, right? And hey, we don't want that happening, but that's far off. We don't have to talk about that right now. For now, this is looking really good, as long as we see continuation, even a small tick above 46,913 Satoshi, and I do think we're going to make our way down up to 50,000 Satoshi. So fingers crossed. I am in a Chainlink position, by the way. You guys probably deciphered that by now. Let's go ahead and look at Chainlink USD very quickly, and not much to really say over here. This is looking like it's closing candles higher and higher, looking really good actually. Let's turn on to the weekly time frame, and right over here you can go ahead and put a horizontal at around $4.47. Turn on to the lower time frames. We did trade above it, and this is what we were looking at last time I did a video. We were like, okay, we closed a We closed a couple of 4-hour candles above it, and we're likely going to see continuation. And we did see continuation, put in a high over here at around $4.60. And this is when Bitcoin came and ruined the goddamn party, dumped back down, and Chainlink just getting picked up almost immediately and rallying all the way back down to this up back to that main weekly resistance, $4.46. So we want to see that again, guys. We want to see Chainlink start trading 4-hour candles above this level again. And that is going to actually be the first clue for me that Bitcoin is likely going to get up to that 10,500 level once more. And that's a $1,000 move for Bitcoin, even though it is only like around 5 to 10 cent move for Chainlink. So just keep that in mind. Anything else to share before we call?
No, that's it. I mean, Bitcoin is looking good, Chainlink is looking better, and yeah, the market has one side, and that is the right side, period.
Ooh, strong words. Very well said, Krisha. And that's the perfect way to end the video. My name is Sean Dexter. Her name is Krisha. There you go. She said it. And yeah, do it the mango way, do it the stress-free way. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Ciao, guys.